Every single spring, millions of American gardeners throw away seeds they think are dead. The seed industry counts on that. What if they were wrong? This bottle costs me $3. It came from a pharmacy shelf that most people walked past without a second look. But what's inside changed everything I knew about starting seeds. These seeds are 3 years old. Every expert told me to throw them away. The germination window was closed, they said. Nature disagreed. Seed companies sell you germination boosters for $40, $60, $80 a bottle. The active principle? Something your grandmother could have told you for free. My neighbor thought I'd lost my mind. Seeds don't come back from the dead, he said. He was back 2 days later, with a notebook. In 1862, homesteaders crossing the Great Plains couldn't afford to waste a single seed. So they found a way. A method so simple it was never patented, never sold, just passed down. The solution is almost clear, almost invisible, and inside it, a biological signal so old the seeds recognize it before they even touch soil. The clock starts now. 48 hours. And what these seeds are about to do, it's going to make you question everything you ever paid for at a garden store. While every other garden in this county sleeps, inside that greenhouse, something ancient is waking up. The ingredient has a name that sounds medical, but it's been sitting on pharmacy shelves for decades. Most people buy it for something completely different. Farmers stopped noticing it. That was the mistake. The moment a dormant seed makes contact with this solution, the cellular membrane begins to read it, like a key turning in a lock that's been frozen for 3 years. Last year, the average American gardener spent $412 on seed treatments and germination products. Most of it, unnecessary. All of it, profitable for someone else. I found this notebook at an estate sale in Vermont. It belonged to a farmer born in 1887. Page 43 stopped me cold. He had already figured this out, 130 years ago. Progress, they called it. They replaced a solution that cost nothing with products that cost everything. And somehow, we accepted that trade. By hour 36, something moves beneath the surface. Not because of luck. Because of biology that was always there, waiting for the right signal. 24 hours in. I never touched the trays. I don't need to. The process is already running, older than agriculture itself. Tomorrow, everything changes. While the county sleeps, those seeds are working. Cell walls softening. Dormancy breaking. An alarm clock that's been waiting years finally going off. Hour 38. I came in before sunrise with my coffee. I wasn't expecting anything yet. And then I saw it. There it is. The seed that every expert said was dead, growing. $3 versus $400 a year. Same result. They knew. The seed companies knew. The garden industry knew. And they built an entire economy on the assumption that you would never find out. My neighbor came back. He didn't say anything for a long time. Then he asked me to write it down. Everything. Step by step. It took 160 years to walk away from what he worked, and about 48 hours to walk back. The soil remembers. The seed remembers. The only thing that forgot was us. 48 hours. $3. Dead seeds that every expert told me to throw away, growing toward the light. This is what they hoped you'd never find out. Before I show you exactly what's in this bottle, I need you to understand something. This isn't a hack. This isn't a trend. This is biology that predates every seed company that ever existed. The first thing you need is a seed that most people would have already thrown in the trash. Old. Dry. Forgotten. That's exactly the kind this works best on. You don't need a greenhouse. You don't need special equipment. You need a glass container, room temperature water, and this one ingredient from the pharmacy shelf. That's the entire list. The ratio matters. Too little, and the signal is too weak to wake the seed. Too much, and you overwhelm the membrane. The pioneers didn't have measuring tools. They used their hands. So can you. You let the seed soak. Not for days. Not for hours and hours. The window is precise. And when you pull them out at exactly the right moment, something has already shifted inside that seed that no microscope could show you before. I've done this with tomato seeds 4 years past their expiration date. Pepper seeds from a packet I found in the back of a drawer. Bean seeds that had been sitting in a tin since before my daughter was born. Every single one sprouted. The seed industry calls seeds expired because it protects their sales cycle. Nature doesn't use expiration dates. Nature uses conditions. Give a seed the right condition, and it answers. What you're doing when you use this solution, you're not tricking the seed. You're speaking to it in a language you already know. A chemical language older than farming itself. My grandmother did something similar. She didn't call it science. She called it waking the seed up. She was right. The science just took 100 years to catch up with her kitchen. There are 17 different compounds in commercial germination boosters. 14 of them are fillers, preservatives, and stabilizers. The 3 that actually work, you can replicate for $3. That's not an opinion. That's a label. Hour 42. The trays that received the solution are showing an 83% germination rate. The control tray, the one with only water, is sitting at 11%. Same seeds. Same soil. Same light. One variable. The neighboring farm down the road replanted 3 times this spring. 3 rounds of commercial seed starter. 3 rounds of disappointment. They haven't asked me yet, but they will. This method works in January in Minnesota. It works in August in Texas. It works in a studio apartment with a south-facing window and a mason jar. The soil doesn't care where you are. It cares what you give it. The hardest part of sharing this is knowing how many seeds people threw away last week, last month, last season, because someone in a store told them the window was closed. It wasn't. It never was. I want you to go find your oldest seeds right now. The ones in the back of the drawer. The ones in the envelope you labeled and forgot. Don't throw them away. Not yet. Not until you try this. By hour 48, the greenhouse looks different. The air feels different. There's something about being surrounded by things that were supposed to be dead, choosing to live, that changes the way you breathe in a room. My neighbor finally came inside that second morning. He stood at the end of the table and looked at every single tray. He counted the sprouts. He didn't say anything for 4 full minutes. Then he said, "Write it down for me. All of it." What I wrote for him, I'm going to give to you. Every step, every measurement, every timing, the exact pharmacy aisle, the exact bottle, nothing held back. Step 1. Fill a clean glass jar with room temperature water. Not cold, not warm. The temperature signals safety to the seed. Cold water signals winter. We're not telling this seed it's winter. Step 2. Add the solution. The measurement I use for a standard mason jar would surprise you with how small it is. The pioneers used even less. Precision here is not about more, it's about right. Step 3. Place your seeds in. Old ones first. The ones you've given up on. Stir gently once. Then, leave them alone. This is the step most people fail. They check too often. They disturb the process. Walk away. Step 4. The soak time. I won't rush this part of the explanation, because this is where most people get it wrong. Too short and nothing happens. Too long and you've crossed a line the seed can't come back from. The window is smaller than you think. Step 5. Remove the seeds and place them directly onto dark, moist germination medium. Not dry soil. Not wet soil. Moist. The kind that holds a shape when you press it, then slowly releases. That texture is everything. You don't cover them deep. You barely cover them at all. The seed knows which way is up. It's been knowing that since before there were farmers to plant it. Trust the biology. Get out of the way. By hour 20, the surface looks exactly the same as when you started. Nothing visible. Nothing to photograph. Nothing to show anyone who doubts you. This is the moment most people quit. Don't. By hour 36, the soil around the seed begins to crack. Almost imperceptibly. Like a fault line forming before an earthquake. Something beneath is pushing. Something that 3 days ago had no reason to push. By hour 48, you'll see it. And the first time you see it, you'll understand why I'm standing here talking about a $3 bottle like it changed my life. Because it did. I've shown this to skeptics, scientists, master gardeners with 30 years of experience. Every single one of them goes quiet when they see the results. Not because it's magic. Because it's so simple they can't believe they didn't already know. The seed companies aren't evil. They're just businesses. And businesses need you to believe that the solution is complicated, expensive, exclusive. The moment you discover it isn't, the business model breaks. Your grandparents knew things about seeds that in the app will always teach you. Your great-grandparents knew more. Somewhere between their generation and yours, we handed that knowledge to an industry and forgot to ask for it back. I'm asking you to take it back. Not as an act of rebellion. As an act of memory. As a return to something that was always yours. 30 days after that first 48-hour soak, this greenhouse produced more than I could eat, give away, or preserve. From seeds that every expert said were finished. From a solution that costs less than a cup of coffee. My neighbor replanted his entire seed stock using this method 2 weeks ago. He hasn't bought a single commercial germination product since. He called me last Tuesday. He said, "I owe you a season." You don't owe anyone a season. You don't owe the seed industry another dollar for a problem they helped create. The solution was always here. $3. One pharmacy shelf. 48 hours. The link to the exact bottle, the exact measurement, the exact timing, everything written out step by step the way I wrote it for my neighbor, it's in the description below. No sign up. No purchase. Just the information. The way it was always meant to be shared. They hoped you'd never find this. You found it. Now plant something.